I think that Coach Smoke, you can agree, and a lot of Bama fans can agree because they've been very high on him since he signed on the dotted line of his letter of intent, and that's Kendrick Blackshire, 6'2", 245 pound, former four-star. This is a guy last year had a wrist injury midway through the season, had to have pins put in. And as I kind of looked in his history, yes, he is that dude. He looks like the second coming of Reuben Foster, Reggie Ragland, and I can name a host of any others to compare him to. But I also found something that was kind of disturbing, and then that he has a history of health issues dating back to his junior year of high school, where he tore his ACL. But when he's healthy, he's very versatile, can play inside, off the edge, can play this hand on the ground. One of the things that stands out immediately, of course, Bama fans, you've seen the pictures, I've seen the pictures, and I'm sure we shared them numerous times. He's a physical specimen. I mean, he just looks like a grown man. Looks like he was hatched out of Ronnie Coleman and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right. For the younger people in the audience, I'll explain later who those people are. Incredible balance of upper and lower body strength. One knock against him, if you had to have a knock against him, is he's a little bit stiff in his lower body. Not really a coverage guy, but
hips.
But he can play solid against the run. My question is he an every down guy? But here's the thing. We've already mentioned this name before. He's out. But Deonte Lawson has stepped in, and he's been making a name for himself. So are we in a situation where Deonte is blowing past Kendrick Blackshire, or does Blackshire still have that door open for him to make his move? And this is a very important spring, Coach Smoke. And I do have to remind you, as well as the other people in the audience, Reuben Foster and Reggie Ragland were both late bloomers, and we all saw how that panned out. So if his awakening is coming, then may God have mercy on the souls of the opposing offense. But here's one thing that may benefit him, and this is another rumor that's floating about. Word is that Sal Sunseri is going to return to an on-the-field role and possibly coach linebackers. If Sal Sunseri is able to get back to doing that,
back in business inside, I'm telling
love
you
what he can do for Kendrick Blackshire. But Coach, I'd like to hear your thoughts, and then I'm sure you've got some thoughts on position group.
Definitely, I'm right there with you, man. My concern with Blackshire is that he's going to be another Terrell Lewis or Ben Davis, man. And y'all remember how highly touted those guys were.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, both of those guys, physical specimens also. Terrell Lewis came in looking like a jacked wide receiver and, was blitzing and beating guys off the edge as a defensive end, strength, strong hands, strong lower body, his mobility was second to none. And Ben Davis was just I'm talking about a monster in the weight room, a head buster in high school. It just never correlated onto the field because of injuries, man. And same with Terrell Lewis. So Blackshire, I just hope he can stay healthy. I would hate for him to have a dominant spring, man, and then turn around and, the week before the season kickoff, boom, a broken elbow or shoulder, or, like Terrell Lewis, being that he was a edge rusher, the legs, man. Once edge rushers aren't able to plant and force, generate power to go through from the lower body up, they're literally relying on, just hands, being able to throw guys around. And that doesn't last long, a quick, a couple double teams throughout the game settle that down quick. So, yeah, definitely with Blackshire, I'm hoping that
I definitely agree.
Coming out here.
I agree with you as far as the Terrell Lewis comparison, because you look at what Terrell Lewis was projected to be when he came on campus, and that first A-Day game that he came on the field, he was making a name for himself. And I'm sitting there looking at my program. Who in the world is number 24?
Is this guy?
This dude is a beast. He's on loan from the NFL, but the problem was he just could not stay healthy.